In my family, you're either a nurse, in the military, or work in the air conditioning industry. Since I was a little girl, these three topics constantly surrounded me in conversations. Today, I will be sharing a brief summary of how to install an air conditioning unit. Out of all the topics, I chose this topic since I'm currently employed at an air conditioning company. I have worked full-time for 4 years at Action Cooling and Heating. I'm an office manager there, and I have worked in the scheduling and marketing, and I'm currently employed in the human resources side. I grew a love for this industry because my family company was in need. My father does own this company, and they were in dire, desperate need of a rescue. So it was not an industry that I chose, rather an industry that I grew a love for. So, air conditioning systems are used for controlling humidity, ventilation, and temperatures in a building. They're typically to maintain a cool atmosphere in warm conditions. The first air conditioning unit was invented in 1902 by Willis Haviland Carrier. There are several types of air conditioning systems. The first system we're going to discuss are ductless mini splits. These are small units that get mounted on a wall. They're used for individual rooms or spaces. So an example that a ductless mini split will be used for is a man cave or a she shed. The second air conditioning unit is central air. Central air is what you typically see in your homes, big homes. They are used for cooling down an entire home, and there is ductwork that is ran in the attic, and it runs to each individual vent in each bedroom. The third air conditioning unit would be a portable air conditioning unit. These are small and they can be moved from room to room. They are used for exactly that, for cooling down a single room. So an example would be your bedroom. The fourth air conditioning unit I would like to discuss is a floor-mounted air conditioning unit. These units are very rare, but they are used in homes with super high ceilings, or they have little wall space. So we use floor-mounted air conditioning units for these homes. The fifth air conditioning unit would be window AC units. So it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a window AC. And these are typically used in humid spaces. They remove humidity while also circulating cool air in the room so that humidity level drops a little bit. So just some common materials that are used. Obviously, there are several air conditioning units that I just spoke to you about, but general materials that you would use to install a new air conditioning unit would be copper pipes. You would need insulation, your ductwork, which we also call flex. There's different types of flex for mobile homes, for regular homes. So again, it's specific to the type of air conditioning unit you choose for your home. So we also would need a vacuum pump, pressure gauges. This checks our refrigerant levels. You will need refrigerant, a condensate pump, a filter, and possibly a thermostat if the homeowner desires a new thermostat as well with their new air conditioning unit. So a brief summary of how to install this air conditioning unit would be to pump down the unit. So this is a process that we call a pump down, and you store the gas into the compressor, and then you go ahead and shut off all power. So after you have pumped down your unit, you want to make sure that all power has been off and disconnected. After this, we're going to disconnect the old copper lines. So we completely remove the old copper lines from the air conditioning unit, and also all electrical wiring that is going to the unit. So your high voltage wires and your low voltage wires. Next, you're going to disconnect all the existing ductwork. So you would disconnect the old ductwork that was connected to the old unit. And once we are ready to reconnect our new equipment, you're going to make sure that you go ahead and hook up the same copper lines. If the homeowner does not want to replace those copper lines, then you're just going to go ahead and hook up the same exact copper lines. So when we're reconnecting our new equipment, we're going to get those copper lines that we disconnected and reconnect them along with our electrical wiring, the high and low voltage wires. After that, the gas that you stored into the compressor, you're going to now release that gas back into the line set so it can go into the new unit. Once the gas was ran, now you're able to turn on the power. You don't want to turn on power to the new unit unless the gas has already been emptied into the new unit. Then you can go ahead and power on. You never want to work with the electrical while you're working with the gas. So now after the gas is into the line set, you're able to turn on the power and you can enjoy your cool air. So now I have explained to you the process of how to install an air conditioning system. Basic summary, brief summary of this procedure. This trade has obviously evolved and changed drastically over the years. It's currently changing. This year, we just received notice that everything is changing again. So the materials needed are usually found at any type of air conditioning distribution center. For contractors, mainly you will need a license to purchase a lot of the materials I mentioned in this video. However, many homeowners do install their own air conditioning units if they're able to and have access to the materials at like Home Depot or Lowe's or other areas, just depending on which unit it was. If it's a window unit, a portable air, a mini split, central air, typically you will need a contractor's license. So I hope you found this presentation interesting and educating. Thank you for listening to my speech.